So we are drawing to the end of team camp for me. Some riders stay for an extra couple of days, then go straight to Sardinia. And then the riders on the Vuelta list come in for basically the rest of July. So yeah, but I head home on the 10th because the Tour de France, all the roads are closed on the 11th, and that's when everyone else leaves. So I said I need to go on the 10th because all the roads are closed around my house. I've got one more 2-day block and then we are done. Today the weather's pretty grim, so we've got 4 hours. I'm on like a rolling 30-hour week at the moment, which I'm quite happy about. Really got sort of stuck into some hard graft. Generally rides being 5 or 6 hours, the biggest one topping out at 6 hours 40, 6 hours 37. When you're on the dark side of 6, you count the minutes. So it's gone well. I think I'll be in a good place after this block, ready to tackle the rest of the season. Yeah, so today we're doing some unstructured efforts, which involves Zabby the coach riding an e-bike, dropping the flag and us sprinting for nothing, and then getting back on the back of the e-bike. It's gonna be pretty tough. Yeah, I'm gonna take the GoPro with me and get some of it whilst on the bits where I can breathe. I'll see if I can film some of it. But yeah, not a great deal else to report. We've just been head down, arse up, working hard, saying hello to the Quick Step guys each time we go training or they go training. We seem to all be on a similar schedule. Everyone was rest daying at the same cafe yesterday. Yeah, but it's going to be a really tired now, starting to need a second consecutive rest day, but we'll get that when I get home. So anyway, I've only got 13 minutes before we roll out, so I need to go down, calibrate my power meter, get some food, get bottles on my bike, find my arm warmers and jacket, and and roll out. Because of the weather, we're going to head to Bormio, which is at the bottom of Stelvio. We're going to ride up some of the Stelvio with the option to go all the way, but honestly I think if the weather comes in, we're not going to, because that's just not going to be a good time. But then we're going to come back and I think do another climb, come back and then ride back. So it should be 115k, should be 4 or 5 hours, with about 3,000 meters of climbing. All good to go, bags of time. Forgot my glasses, didn't I? This hotel's like a maze. Like, that's my room. I'm gonna go up, down, and down to, or do what Branley does and climb through the window. But just not that Austrian. I am that much of a Austrian. We are 20 minutes in, up the first climb. I won the sprint to the top, I was the only one that contested it. And then realised the tyres were a bit squidgy, so swapped out the front tyre, front wheel, and pumped up the rear wheel. And now trying to catch up to the back. I might use the team car on the next climb to catch them, which is fine. Hey Rick. She's a windy one today. It's tailwind back up this hill. Starting the effort.
Keep focus. Stop your move. No battery for the Uber. Just 3%.
It don't work? Battery don't work?
Don't work. 3%.
Stelvio on 17 kilos bike.
So we're on the Stelvio and weather's holding out. I've
So the efforts were a 45-minute effort with unstructured and undisclosed length sprints following the e-bike. It kicked hard, and yeah, at 16 watts per kilo roughly, but it's just a all-out sprint. I lasted a couple of them and then can't. And then it's getting back on the wheel at, well, keeping up, and then being on the wheel at 4.5 and finding very difficult. Watts per kilo is never something I work in. Just, that's the only time I ever, the coaches on this team love watts per kilo, so I'm constantly having to do the maths in my head. Yeah, so I work in watts, zones and watts. That's fine for me. It's more relevant to the TT and the lead out, which is my jam. Accelerating up the Stelvio at 16 watts per kilo, which I think for me is around about the 1300 mark. Well, that only happens once or twice. Now we're just rolling and getting this day done. We are not at the top of the Stelvio, and we are not going to the top of the Stelvio. Could be having some bad weather coming in. Ooh, a Tesla. Wonder if there's charging stations at the top of the climb. Anyway, don't know what we're doing next. Another effort at some point, and heading home. 4 hours, which will be fine. See how warm the cafe is. Come on, Alexi, you are a champignon. You are a champignon. We knew it was coming, and now it's here. A wet crawl back to the hotel.
Yeah, not a good day. Only 4 hours, which is fine, but just felt pretty, which is unsurprising. It's been a big 10 days so far, I think. So that's, yeah, one more day tomorrow. We'll do 5 or 6, and then that'll be it. And I head home, watch the Tour de France in person as a spectator, which will be fun, and then rest up a bit before stepping into a block of a bit more intensity. So this is like a mid-season, in my mind, a mid-season base block. So yeah, go have some lunch. Got these like Normatec boots, which squeeze your legs. Couldn't tell you if they do anything, but you know, I'll take anything. Well, not anything, but anything the team says is going to help, I will give it a whirl. That's legal, obviously, and squeezing your legs, perfectly legal. We've also got those like guns that you see all over the internet for massaging your muscles. We've got a couple of them. Couldn't tell you if they do anything, but I'll give that a go as well. So yeah, time to chill out, watch a movie, have some lunch, and squeeze my legs. Just giving my legs a little squeeze. That's the jig. And we've got the tour on telly. This could all be much worse right now. Could all be worse. So, happy days. Got dinner, maybe a massage. I mean, it's 5 o'clock, still time for a massage, and then dinner, bed, repeat tomorrow, and then go home. I'm actually doing a sportif in Andorra on the 18th of July, and I've been hassling Black Ink's Factor Black Ink hard for a set of those 5 spokes you might have seen under Michael Woods on the rest day of the tour. They look awesome, and I want to give them a roll. So if all that happens, they'll be featured on this channel, and I'll tell you how round they are. I'll tell you how many spokes they've got, and yeah, I'll tell you if I break up any comms, because that's the real test of a set of wheels, isn't it? Breaking comms. Final day here on camp, and we're doing 5 or 6 hours split into 2 because we got to come back for a 2:30 PCR test so that we can travel. So we're going to do like a 4-hour loop. Oh, excuse me. Oh. And then we're going to come back and do a PCR test, stick up the nose. And we're going to do 2 hours, which will probably be just in here, riding up and down. Should be fun. And the weather's a bit better than it is yesterday, I think, so we should not get rained on. No, we shouldn't get rained on today. And then I'm gonna head home. Alright, so just had breakfast, getting ready to go out the door. Don't need my medication this morning because I had it yesterday, which is nice. And the weather is good, which is nice. Yeah, blue skies. So I'll probably dress completely wrong for today, like I have done just about every day. Start at 1900 meters, climb up to 2300, little descent, back up to 2300, and then a 20-minute descent down to like 1000 meters, and then we'll continue on a valley, sort of 2% downhill road down to like 600, 400, something like that, and then a long old climb back up to here. Dressing for that as ever. Like it's not cold here, but it's not warm. It's not shorts and a jersey, but it is shorts and a jersey down there. So I'm gonna have to be a bit smart with what I'm putting on, and we don't have to worry about rain today, which adds another one less thing to think about. So it'll be shorts, thin undervest, jersey, probably not a gilet because they're useless. Take a rain jacket for the downhill, take it all off at the bottom. The beauty is we have the team car, so we can just chuck stuff in the team car. So when I say it's complicated, it's not that complicated. If you get it wrong, you just change it on the road. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Keep with your French.
It is a plan.
Are you a grand champignon? He's a grand champion, or in French, a grand champignon.
You have a joke with champignon.
Yeah. There's not much room for it though. Just waiting for everyone. I mean, what's the time?
It's time to start.
It's 8:58. 8:58, so they're not late yet, but they're close.
Let's go to...
Now it's like 1 hour climb, a bit more, and 15 minutes down to the hotel.
We can do the tunnel.
Tunnels or Berlina, you choose.
No, I'm looking at that. I'm not on climbing anymore.
Okay, then
But what is the plan?
the plan.
The plan is to do a tunnel. Tunnel.
You are...
Until we have PCR.
The original plan was 16 times tunnels.
Yeah.
Your suggestion?
Yeah.
Yeah? We changed a little bit.
1 hour, 1 hour 52 climbing 2,000 meters. 136 heart rate, but I'm fatigued, so that's low from how it felt. I think we'll make it up around 3 hours 53, so probably make it up to 5, and then see what to do later. That's the end of camp for me. A little annoyed. I let myself hunger flat at the end and rode it in, and some guys have just gone to top it up to 6 hours. We had to come back for the PCR test to travel home, but some guys have gone out just to get up to 6 hours, and yeah, I'd like to, but I was seeing stars at the end there, so that's how not to fuel. That's how not to fuel the end of a training ride, but it's okay leading into. I've got a couple of real easy days now to recover from camp. Been like a rolling 30-hour week for 12 or 13 days, so happy with that. But yeah, that's a big block of endurance done. Now it's time to take stock and then start ripping in some intensity, which will be good. So yeah, no, pretty happy. Still some more to come, but pretty happy. So that is the end of training camp. I'm off in the morning. I'll put the stats up just here of training camp, and it's been a lot of hours, lots and lots of hours, which is good. I'm gonna go home, travel day tomorrow, then just a steady ride, and I'll watch the Tour de France, and then I'm gonna go down to sea level for 3 or 4 days to do some steady rides down there and recover, and then start hitting some intensity. I'm happy that I think I've seen my last 6-hour ride for the year, probably. One more maybe, one more. There'll be 1 or 2 more, you know. It's 2021, 6 hours is the new 4 hours. So yeah, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed it. Sorry there wasn't much chat with teammates, but Brando's just pretty antisocial. I mean, look at him. This afternoon we had that PCR test, then chilled out for a bit. I sat down with Jinga, our team clothing sponsor, to talk about next year's kit and improvements to this year's kit. They're on a very steep rate of progression, which is pretty cool to be a part of. Had dinner, then after dinner sat down with Sepp Van Mark to talk about the Hammerhead, which I believe is Frumi's retirement plan, just to talk about their development as well. And as another company that started off with a product that was pretty good, now it's a product that is very good and is still getting better. So it's been pretty cool to be a part of both of their developments. So yeah, they're here for a while, sitting down with a lot of the other guys. So, but that's part of it.